Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from whatever you're watching this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. So Martha KARUA termed the NADCO report a fraud. And in his detailed report, she thinks that this old document should just be thrown away. So in this analysis, I want us to go deeper into that report and probably dissect it further and provide possible reasons why you believe Martha KARUA could have shot down this report and termed it a NADCO a fraud report. And also, we want to examine what is the way forward now that Raila Amolo Odinga partly gave it a nod, but Martha KARUA has termed it, or rather rejected it in its old entirety. So Martha KARUA says the document has nothing to alleviate the suffering of citizens, but offers goodies to the leaders. It is a fraud which Kenyans should frown upon and reject. It is distracting national smokescreen. That is what Martha KARUA said. And then she goes further to issue the 4 agendas. The first one, she talks about the issue high cost of living, then goes further and talk about the electoral injustice. She goes further to talk about respect for political parties and democracy, and then constitutional amendment. So I want us to go into each and every one of those items to see what Martha KARUA could have said in regards to the same. So the first item is on the high cost of living. Martha KARUA literally transferred the issue of the high cost of living to Kenya Kwanza, because initially Kenyans have been blaming Azimio as to having the reason why this high cost of living is not being solved. So in a way, Martha KARUA has exonerated Azimio from this blame of the high cost of living, because in the Constitution, Article 43 of the Constitution obligates the government of the day the sole responsibility of addressing the high cost of living. And it called Kenya Kwanza an insensitive government. It has hiked everything for hustlers like fuel tax, housing levy, and the like. So Martha KARUA also talked about the housing fund, which is being forced on the people, despite the fact that the courts have termed the whole thing of the housing levy unconstitutional. But you find that yesterday, Kimani Ichung'wah reintroduced a bill in parliament that is seeking to address this issue of housing fund, because mind you, the courts gave the government 45 days to address the whole issue. So this probably the government is using the time frame to come up with a framework, a legal framework, to probably address some of those teething issues. Because mind you, in the housing fund, one of the things that has not been addressed is in how the houses will be dispersed, and how comes it is only the salaried people who are being deducted. Why not other Kenyans? Why is it that the only salaried people are the ones who are now carrying shouldering this burden of the housing fund? And that is what you find that William Ruto, soon after the courts gave that verdict or that ruling, William Ruto took it to the press and said that now that the courts have made that verdict, it's now a plus to them, now that they have to expand their tax base to people who are not salaried. Initially, the idea was the salaried people to finance for the non-salaried. Now, even the non-salaried will have to finance this housing project. So, still on this issue, she talked about why businesses are relocating to countries like Tanzania. You know, Tanzania is one of the beneficiaries of the problem that Kenya is being faced with. If you've been following what Mama Samia Suluhu have been saying regarding how the economy of Tanzania is getting a major boost, Tanzania have been getting a major boost because investors are running away from Kenya and opting to invest in Tanzania. Uganda ran away from using Kenya as a source of its oil, now to use in Uganda as a source, now to use in Tanzania as a source for its oil. So these are the reasons why Martha Karua seems to believe that the idea of the housing, or the idea of the high cost of living, rests wholly on the government. And Article 43 of the Constitution guarantees that aspect. So on to the second part. Now she talks about the electoral justice. Now on this document, Karua differs with how NADCO has proposed regarding the audit. You know, there is the audit, the much awaited audit. So NADCO has given a way this audit will be done. And in Martha Karua's submissions in that report, she says that according to the report, minority and majority will each appoint someone to audit, or a team to audit. Now she says that this is a departure from the initial Azimio stand, which gave it, which proposed an independent system audit and a forensic audit. Independent. This is okay, but the new dispensation in this document, the NADCO report, is that the majority and the majority faction, that is Azimio, and the Kenya Kwanza faction, they will each come up with a team to audit. So Karua thinks that the initial plan, which was like Kriegler, what Kriegler did, Kriegler in 2007 came to Kenya to try to investigate what could have led to the bloodshed, to the skirmishes, to the result which Electoral Commission of Kenya back then gave. You know, so in Kriegler's report, he provided his own take on what happened. So Martha Karua seems to believe that the right move could have been the move of Kriegler. What Kriegler did could have been the same thing, probably to come up with a country like a country in Germany, a country in UK, a country in probably any other country, like even South Africa, India, to come and audit our system and establish what could have been the problem that led to what happened. So she also talked about respect for political parties and democracy. That is also a very important thing that Azimio fronted. The Political Parties Act already addressed the issue of respect for political parties. But NADCO report proposed constitutional and legal amendments to cure this impunity. But Karua seems to believe that this issue has already been addressed in the Constitution. What needs to be done is that William Ruto needs to respect. He needs to respect political parties. It is not the issue of taking the country to a referendum just to solve this problem. This problem has already been solved in the Constitution. So what the government needs to do is just to respect political parties. Then there is the issue of constitutional amendments. From Martha Karua's take, she believes that Kenya Kwanza is looking for a shortcut to introduce Prime Minister. A shortcut to introduce Prime Minister. She thinks that by that NADCO report being taken to the Parliament, and the Parliament, if the Parliament endorses, then this Prime Minister position is just created. So she believes that this is a matter that should be subjected to the referendum, just like what Raila Amolo Odinga said. So here she agrees with Raila Amolo Odinga's opinion that this matter needs to be taken to a referendum. And this is now something that William Ruto did not want in there 2018, 2019, 2020 there, because there was this issue of a referendum on the BBI, but he did not want that referendum to be done. So I think he says that now, because NADCO is providing a leeway, or rather a roadmap to having this Prime Minister position introduced, the Parliament can as well just do it. But Karua and Raila, now on one page on this matter, says that this matter must be subjected to a referendum. So those are the items which Martha Karua has highlighted in her elaborate report on why she calls the NADCO report a fraud. What do you think about Martha Karua's take and the submissions on that aspect? Just tell us below the comment section what you think Martha Karua could have meant in the whole report got her to say that the oil report is a total fraud. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those who've not supported this channel by subscribing, I'd like to kindly request you to subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. To those who've supported us, I want to tell you here that I'm forever grateful for that support, because without you, this channel cannot grow. So until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.